You're sitting here today as a member of the Detroit Pistons. You could look at it as you've got traded again, or you're with the Detroit Pistons, a team that's been to 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals. Your thoughts, sir?
I look at it like I'm turning into a journeyman. Nah, I just feel good about the situation, man. Just knowing the success that they've had before me, and just wanting to come in and making them a better team. You know, what surprised me the most is the toughness that they have. You know, that's what excited me the most. You know, the mental toughness. You know.
But you said it surprised you?
No, that was the most. That what made me feel the best. You know, far as coming here. You know, I know the weapons that they have. I know the talent, but Detroit's always been a tough-minded team, a mentally tough team. You know, I played in them in playoff series and played against them during the regular season. They was always that way. They never got rattled.
You remember the first thought that went through your mind when you were told you're leaving Denver, you're about to go to Detroit, the Motor City, to play for Joe Dumars and the Pistons?
First thing that went through my mind is getting it straight with my two oldest kids. That was the toughest thing. You know, my daughter had a big problem with it. My son, he had a problem with it, but I explained to him that this is the life that we live.
That's Rasheed Wallace interrupting the interview, but go ahead, go ahead.
That's the life that we live. You know, and I explained that, and I explained to him that when you get traded, obviously, the team that trades for you, they want you, and they want to welcome you to their city. And once I explained that to him, and helped them understand that they would meet more friends and they would see their other friends in the summertime, new teachers and new environment, everything would be cool. They was all right with it. Once they got comfortable with it, I was happy and ready to go.
Yeah, but what about you specifically, knowing what this team has? Because one of the things that I know is that this summer even, you were sitting around, Steve, I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older. It's winding down. I'm wondering, am I really going to have a shot at a world championship? Your thoughts?
I have that shot now. I feel like the sky's the limit for us right now. They've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times in a row. And I just want to be that missing piece that can get them over the hump. And I'm just looking forward to getting on the court with them and competing. Obviously I know that they know what type of player I am and how hard I compete night in and night out. And they know about my toughness and my character on the basketball court. So I'm just looking forward to just putting it all together. Matter of fact, I'm looking forward to just a couple weeks from now, a month from now, so I can already just be settled in and everything's the same routine. And, I know my teammates like the back of my hand. And,
Don't you have some concerns in this regard, though? You didn't just get here on your own. You got here because they moved Chauncey Billups, a championship point guard who's led them all these years. So even though Allen Iverson is here, Chauncey Billups is gone, there's a reputation this franchise has established. Some people say Allen Iverson, his skill set, we know what he's going to bring to the table. But are the Detroit Pistons going to be better with him, or is he going to make the situation worse? What do you say to people who have those questions?
I think it's going to be better. I can't be Chauncey Billups. I can only be Allen Iverson. And, as a basketball player and as a person, I've always been satisfied with being me and always thought that I could get the job done. I think we will be a better team. I think I will get us over the hump. And if I didn't think that way, I wouldn't dress up. I would go and retire and leave basketball alone. But I still have that, that fire inside me, to want to, fill in that hole. Like I said before, I have the resume. I've accomplished a lot of things individually, but I have a big hole in my resume, and that's a championship. So the fire is still there. I still want to get it done. And, you go to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times, and, you can't really get it done. Obviously the organization felt like they needed a change. And I'm just happy for the fact that they, felt that I was the one that can get them over the hump.
What about people that look at Allen Iverson and say you in the last year of your contract, you here just for this season, and then after this season, it's just a one-hit wonder, and that's all it's going to be. What do you say to those people who think that you're just going to be here until April, May, or June probably, as opposed to for the long haul?
I think you're wrong. I would think that those people would be wrong, and I hope they're wrong. I joked about being a journeyman, but I really don't want to be. Hopefully I can find a place where I can just be happy. That's the first thing that I've been thinking about, and I've thought about when I heard about the trade too. That was one of the things that I thought about was, when I become a free agent this summer, I want to go somewhere where I can be happy. When I can have a chance to win, but I want to be happy too. The last years, however many years that is that I play, I just want to be happy. I want to love, coming in the building and being around my teammates and the coaching staff and the environment I'm in, the community. I just want to be happy and also have a chance to win.
What happened in Denver? Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony was supposed to do a lot more than the Denver Nuggets ended up accomplishing. What happened?
You know what? I think me and Melo, we meshed real well. We was always friends before basketball, before we became teammates. But I think we did great together. We won 50 basketball games. We made it to the playoffs twice. We only had one win in the playoffs. But when you talk about a basketball team, you put 5 guys on the floor. You don't put 2 guys on the floor. So I wouldn't put the blame on just myself and Melo, and I wouldn't put the blame on anybody. We just didn't get it done. I think, a lot of guys played well for us. Marcus Camby was, he was big for us. Kenyon was big for us. And we did some great things, some positive things. We just didn't get it done.
I got the sense that the moment they moved Marcus Camby for a second-round pick, basically, that you got the sense that it was over for you in Denver, that it was time to move on. Is that accurate?
I didn't know, but I didn't understand the move. I didn't understand, the move because of what we got out of it. They talked about us being such a bad defensive team, and then you get rid of our best defensive player. I just didn't understand. And, I wish that organization the best. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I don't think they're a Class A organization. But it's time for them to move on, and it's time for me to move on. And I'm just happy that they sent me to a place where I have a chance to win. And that showed that they have, obviously, a lot of respect for me.
They've sent you to the Detroit Pistons, and that's great. But Allen Iverson was in Philadelphia, a superstar for the 76ers for years, moved to the Denver Nuggets. Now with the Detroit Pistons, like you said, you don't want to be a journeyman. Is there something, as you reflect on your career, as you look back on things, that you feel you need to do now that you may not have done already in your career, outside of winning a championship, of course?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't put a finger on one thing. All I could do is go out there and compete and use the talent that God gave me night in and night out. And that's what I do. I go out there and I play as hard as I can. And, after the game, I get out of the shower and look in the mirror, and I'm satisfied at who I see and the effort that I gave. And that's the only thing that I can ask from myself. I don't know if it's things that I can do different, but I honestly believe that, I try to do everything that it takes to bring a championship back to Denver.
Real quickly, to the fans out there, the Detroit Pistons, what are you going to bring to the table that's going to pair with Rip Hamilton, with Stuckey, with Rashid, the boys?
I bring a lot of energy, a lot of heart, a lot of toughness, a lot of competitiveness, and a winning attitude. I think the people in Detroit, watched me play throughout my career, and they, saw me in the Eastern Conference, and they know what I can bring to the table. And that's what I'm going to bring.
But does Allen Iverson know what he can bring to the table? And I ask that question from the standpoint of, again, a lot of times I see you now, you talk about, I ain't getting much younger. I'm a senior citizen.
Now you trying to put me in a rocking chair? I can go with the best of them. I mean, you bring a guy 21 years old to deal with this 33-year-old guy. You know me, Steve. I'm gonna tear his ass up because I got a bullseye on my chest. A lot of these guys watch me coming up, and they lick their chops when they get an opportunity to get at me, and I know that. Going into every game, I know that some guy know that he has to play against Allen Iverson, and he want to get the upper hand on me. But I'm who I am. I was built like this, so I welcome all challenges. I welcome all challenges. Just the fact that Chauncey was so great for the city of Detroit, and that's a challenge itself for me to come in and try to fill those shoes. And I'm up for the challenge. I'm all for it.
Last question. Is this the best chance you've ever had in an NBA championship?
Best chance I've ever had, and I know that.
At a world championship?
I know that. I know it in my heart. I believe it. My family, the people that love and care about me believe it. I believe it, and I'm just ready to take on the challenge.
Congratulations.
You got it, baby.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.